Oh, hello. I went to my first red carpet event, so this is me now. Okay, so it wasn't exactly a red carpet, it was a black carpet, and I didn't exactly walk it, but I did go. But, okay, let me explain.
That's it, that's my intro.
Hi, I'm Amanda and you're watching Swell Entertainment. I recently moved. My room has a stupid high ceiling. I bought a bunch of soundproofing. I hung up a good deal of it. I also then ran out of the mounting to hang up the soundproofing, so I wasn't able to hang up all of it. So I'm hoping the echo isn't terrible, but as I'm speaking to you right now, I can hear it and it's driving me a little crazy. But I really want to shoot this video and I really want to do it now. So I'm just gonna shoot this now and then probably punch myself in the face while I'm editing it. Hopefully the echo will get better. I have a lot of this shit. You like the color? Instagram voted on it. You didn't vote? You should follow me on Instagram. You could have voted. I went to the premiere for Netflix's The Irishman in LA. I took my dad, got the confirmation while I was at work, and so at 5:30 a.m. I called him, woke his ass up to tell him to cancel all of his plans for Thursday. He was excited, but he was mad at me for waking him up. But it's fine because I secured my Daughter of the Year award for at least the next foreseeable future. Also, I got the tickets for free, but I told him this counts as his Christmas gift. So if he asked, they were $300 a piece. But like I said, I got these tickets for free. I got them through 1iota, which is a free fan experience site. I've used them to go to James Corden, I've gone to Jimmy Kimmel, and this was the first time that I had tried to get a ticket into a premiere or a movie screening. And I'm just really glad that I got to do it for this one because my dad was really looking forward to seeing The Irishman, and I was really glad that I got to get him into this with me. I'm going to be talking about the experience of the premiere itself, and because this, like I said, is my first red carpet slash black carpet premiere. This was a Netflix premiere, so they went with the black carpet. Netflix is kind of seeming to try and rebrand away from the red. I'm assuming because they think black is sexier or something. I don't know. But they went with the black carpet. I'm going to talk about my experience with 1iota with attending this premiere. And then at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about the Irishman movie itself and give my opinions on it, but just briefly. So let's get started. 1iota does events for the most part in LA, and then also a couple of premieres and events in New York. My advice for any 1iota event or any fan event that you get a chance to attend, make sure you know your check-in time. Once you know that time, show up an hour early. Not even kidding. That's your best chance of being in a good spot. That's your best chance of making sure you get in case they did in fact oversell. So my dad and I, luckily we got out there an hour early. Parking was a problem because it's LA. Also a good chunk of Hollywood Boulevard was blocked off because of the premiere itself. But also getting out there earlier kind of sucked because I was actually really sick that day. I've been having a very negative reaction to the generic for Accutane that I'm on, which I will be making a video about when I'm off of it. I was just severely nauseous and severely exhausted, and so I was just all around kind of miserable throughout most of this premiere, but I still had a very good time. We were just standing in the sun, and so I was like hiding behind my dad because I'm also not supposed to be in the sun. Check-in officially started at 4, closed at like 4:45. So then at 5:10 is when they officially started loading us into the red carpet area. They made us go through a bag check, they made us go through security. They didn't check our bags. She just was kind of like, put your bag in the thing. Any metal? Anything? No? Okay. Step through? Okay. My purse wasn't anything more than a clutch with a strap on it because holding a clutch is a misfortune that I don't want to put on myself if I don't need to. There were still pockets and such in it, like I could have snuck something in. They didn't stop my dad from bringing in a cookie, which I thought was funny. Because we got there early, we lucked out and we were able to be right up against the barricade that looked right onto the black carpet that everyone had to go through to get into the main theater for the Chinese theater. Up against the barricade, Chinese theater's here, and then over here is the archway leading out to the rest of the black carpet. And then right across from there was the bleachers. The bleachers were for people that had blue wristbands. My dad and I both had red wristbands. Now, I talked to several people who had blue wristbands, and none of them could give me a straight answer for why they had blue wristbands. At first I thought, oh, it was like the first 50 people or something in line. No, there were people scattered throughout the line that had blue wristbands. Some of them weren't even fully in the dress code that they had told us about. For girls, it was like cocktail dresses. For guys, it was like blazers, button-ups, just like, you know, just look nice, don't look schlubby. Also, this event really showed me that I truly have no cocktail dresses. The dress I ended up wearing I wear that to weddings and like nice dinners. I have 0 cocktail dresses. So I'm not sure if they were just priority and they were people that like applied through 1iota immediately upon the notification, or if they have very high scores with 1iota. But they definitely were able to see the most because they had a full view of at least a good chunk of the carpet. And then also, I think all the celebrities had to go past them to talk to press or wherever, because a bunch of them walked right past the bleachers to go talk to someone over here. So I'm assuming that's where a lot of the press and interviews were happening. But again, I'm not sure because I never got to see that section. I'm glad where we were because I did get to see a lot, and it was kind of cool to see the different elements of everything from our perspective. I didn't get a lot of photos with people or signatures or anything like that, mainly because I got one selfie with someone and it didn't look too great. Decided not to do any more of that. Side note, if anyone wants to take one for the team and pay for my lip fillers, that'd be really appreciated. My birthday is coming up, if that helps. Here's my Venmo. Moving on. My point is that because of where we were, by the time that people got to that spot of the carpet and that they had to go into the theater, they were either already pressed for time or they'd already taken so many photos and talked to some people that they were kind of over it and kind of done and kind of just wanted to get inside the movie to get to their seats to go watch the movie. So some of them never stopped. Some of them were like, okay, I gotta go. Or they had to go because security was pressing them on, have your tickets ready, let's go, have your tickets ready. So that's fine. We still got photos of people. Like I said, I only got that photo. My dad got a couple photos. My dad got this photo with Bo Dietl because my dad knew who he was. I didn't know who some of the celebrities and the people that showed up on the carpet were, but there was pretty much always someone who knew who someone was. So typically, if someone walked up, someone would yell and then they'd be like, oh, okay, I'll go say hi to them because this person knows who I am. This happened with my dad. So Bo Dietl walked up. My dad yelled, oh, it's Bo Dietl, hey man. Bo Dietl walked right over and was like, I'll take a photo with you because you knew who I was, which my dad was very happy about, so that's cool. Sorry, I forgot to talk about this. Another reason that I'm glad of where we were was because I was able to see that there was actually 2 paths from the entry point that the celebrities came through. So there was the main carpet section, and I believe that main section of carpet was for people that were actually in the movie and just like A and B list celebrities and then their people. I think that's what it was, but I'm not entirely sure because there was the back section of carpet. I later found out connected to security when you entered, so anyone who came through this back section most likely never went through the main section of the red carpet. I'm not quite sure what the criteria was for having to go through the back section of carpet because it's not like I saw anyone who was like, oh, this is like someone who hasn't done anything in 6 years. There were people who were like actively on shows or actively in movies, active in the industry that came through that back section. So I'm not sure if it was just up to them, like, oh, if you don't want to deal with the press or if you don't want to go that way, we have this back section and this way will just lead you straight into the theater. Saw Scorsese, saw De Niro. De Niro did not stop for anybody. I don't think he was ever going to. Saw Joe Pesci. When we first got to our spots and we were up against the barricade, this woman and her boyfriend, I believe it was, we're like, hey, we don't want to take your spots, but like when Harvey comes by, is it okay if I come forward so I can show him my tattoo? She had a bunch of these like Hollywood portraits on her arm. One of them was Harvey. We were like, yeah, no, of course. When he came by, we all shoved her forward and we're like, hey, over here. Look, you're on her arm, you're on her arm. And he walked up and he's like, I think that's me. And we were able to get photos of them together. So that was really great. But then what was funny, while Harvey was walking away, I just saw out of the corner of my eye, the entire crowd beside me like surge forward. And I look over and it's Al Pacino, just over there chilling, signing posters with his quotes like, hi guys. I thought the barricade was gonna fall down. They gave us posters and buttons. We didn't get any signatures on ours because we were more focused on photos because we're photo people. So we got the posters and we also got these I'm for Hoffa pins. When people surged forward to try and get Al Pacino's attention, when he inevitably left and everyone kind of stood back up and the barricade was pushed back into a rightful spot, the floor was just littered with these because people were like, Al Pacino, which I shouldn't laugh about. Like, I'm sure that was like terrifying. Now, at a certain point, there was a lag in the celebrities and people coming forward. Someone walked up with a handful of these tickets. These tickets, all the same, regardless of whether you were a celebrity or someone like me. You all had this type of ticket, I think. What changed was the number on the ticket. So if you were 1iota, you got theater 1, which I believe was at least an hour, if not an hour and a half, later start time than the other 2 showings that were happening. Probably crowd control, but also predominantly probably to prevent us from mingling with the celebrities. Smart. I don't know if they were anticipating less people showing up, but they were like, okay, I've got tickets. The thing is you have to go in right now. My dad and I were having a really good time, and so we were like, oh, we don't want it. As they were going inside, I was like, wait a minute, do I want that? This was my first time going inside the Chinese theater. I had been in the vicinity before and been like on the grounds before, but I'd never actually been inside the theater. And so I was like, I mean, that'd be kind of cool for like a Hollywood premiere to see it inside the Chinese theater. But it was already too late at that point. I'd already missed the spot. So I was like, it's fine. I'm kind of glad that I didn't because of what we got to see and what we got to do, which was fun. I don't regret not taking the tickets. It just would have been just a different experience, and I'm 100% happy and fine with the experience that me and my dad got, and my dad was happy and fine with it. So I don't really care. In the main theater, the movie's about to be starting. So like they're like closing the doors at this point. They were like, okay, you guys are just gonna hang tight. I'm assuming they're just clearing press from the carpet. They're clearing any straggler celebrities, and then out of nowhere, Snoop Dogg and his crew just kind of walk up. Everyone's like, oh, holy shit, that's Snoop Dogg. Doesn't address anyone, doesn't look at anyone, and just walks right on in. So before I move on to the rest of the fan experience and then the movie itself, I want to talk about some interesting stuff and some not so fun stuff that happened while I was in that vicinity of the black carpet. We saw a woman eat it. She was in a beautiful dress. She's carrying a Red Bull or something, and she's talking with someone and walking with someone, and then all of a sudden she just goes down, and we were like, oh no! And then she got right back up. She luckily was wearing a black dress, so if she did spill on herself, you couldn't tell, and everyone was just like, you're doing amazing, you still look great. Yeah, I have no idea who she was, but she looked lovely. There was this woman that my dad and I were convinced had wandered into the premiere off of the street because of how she was talking. You're telling me I can't go over there? No, ma'am, you have to go back that way. They over there, they told me to come here, so what do you want me to do? I'm trying to get over there. And I'm assuming from how she was acting that she had literally come in off the street and was trying to cross to the other side of Hollywood Boulevard, because that's how she was speaking about it. Because again, we're smack dab in the middle of the premiere. I was like, did she make it all the way in off the street? Like, that's kind of, like, I'm impressed. Like, I have questions. But they didn't remove her. And she just kind of mingled in around that area. At one point, is on the phone, and she's like yelling, no, meet me here. Come here. I'm over here. I'm right. It says TCL Chinese Theater. And I'm like, she's describing the theater. What is she doing? Like, she's being very loud. She's easily like 20, 30 feet away from me. It's fairly loud and I can still hear her. Is she like having some friend meet her up here? Are they coming together? Does she have a ticket? At no point has she pulled out a ticket or anything like that. And at one point she's on the phone and she goes up to one of the security guards and she's talking to the security guard while talking on the phone. And she's like, okay, hang on. He's gonna tell you. And she hands the phone to a security guard. The security guard is about to take the phone and start talking to the person, and then thinks about her, is like, ma'am, I can't touch your phone. Gives the phone back to her. She's like, oh, that's ridiculous. And then keeps talking, back and forth, back and forth. And then suddenly a dude walks up, there you are, and then he hands her her ticket, and then they walk in. Was she someone's publicist? Was she someone's manager? I didn't know who the dude was. I was very confused. I don't know what was going on there. She didn't have her ticket on her. It looks like her friend, client, or whoever it was had the ticket. So I'm very curious how she got that far. I have a photo of what she was wearing. I don't have a photo of her face or anything, but I don't want to put that out because I don't think a lawsuit would be like something fun to deal with on my birthday. We're not dealing with that. Overall, I really liked the experience. There were some negatives. There's only really one of them that I want to talk about, and that's one of the other fans that was there because of One Iota like I was. We were up against the barricade, and across the way was another group of people, also with One Iota, who were also fans. There was two people on the other side who were, let's go with the word obnoxious, but there was only one of them that did something that I was genuinely not okay with. The rest of what she did was annoying, but I was like, it's not the end of the world. She said things that I was like, that's unnecessary, but I don't care enough, you know? So this girl, she was probably my age or maybe a little younger. You had to be at least 18 to get in. Let's say she was at least 18, probably closer to my age. I'm about to be 22. Like I said, where we were like the last stretch of the carpet before getting into the theater. So people had to walk back and go talk to press and go by the bleachers where the other fans were. If this girl saw someone that she recognized, she would start screaming their name while they were still on their way to go talk to press. Come over here, get over here now. Like, let's come on, come over here. And it's like, I wouldn't do it. But okay. I think her goal was just to get as many signatures and as many photos with people as she could, regardless of whether she knew who they were or not. Because on a lot of occasions, it appears that, like me, she did not know who some of these people were. So you want to come over here and give me your signature? Yeah? How's your night going? You want to come give me your signature? Shoot your shot. Do you. Whatever. Our side of the barricade was connected to the main carpet. So people coming off the main carpet came by our side first. So if someone came over to our side, more often than not, she would start screaming, "No, don't go over there, come over here. They're boring, come over here. We're better. Come over here. Like, come over here. Like, you don't want to go take photos with them. We're much better for photos." Which is just a little excessive. You don't have to like kind of speak down to like a group of people to get a photo. More often than not, people that came over to our side to take photos would then go around the velvet ropes or step over the velvet ropes to go take photos with that side. There was only one thing she did where I genuinely was like, no, I don't like that. That's not okay. So as people had started to arrive and then towards the middle of the red carpet time, there would be a couple lags of like people would come in waves and then there'd be like some downtime. So there was this one point where this celebrity and his wife and his 2 young daughters, and who I assume was their nanny or babysitter or something, had walked in and then kind of came back out to like wait around. I do not know who these people were. People kept coming up to the husband to saying things, so that's why I'm assuming he's a celebrity. I'm just going off of context clues. The daughters were quite young. At least one of them was definitely under the age of 10. The other one couldn't have been older than 12. Trying to like goad celebrities to try and come give you an autograph or a photo at an event is one thing. I have a problem when you start doing it to their kids. This girl starts yelling at one of the daughters, "Hey, have your dad come over here. Yeah, have your dad come over here. Have your dad come give me his signature. Have your dad come take a photo with me. Have your dad come over here. Yeah, have your dad come over here." That's what I have a problem with. Whether they're the child of a celebrity or not, leave children alone. And it's not like I could say anything because I'm on one side, this girl's on the other. There's at least 15, 20 feet between us. I can't yell at her to knock it off because then I'm the asshole. And what's the point of me being a bigger asshole than I already am? It's already Scorpio season. I'm already ready to go at any point. So once they cleared the red carpet, they started handing us tickets and they were like, "Okay guys, so we're gonna do the super fun fan event. So you guys are gonna get to eat and then you guys get to walk the red carpet. I mean the black carpet. You guys get to walk the black carpet." This footage is from us being led through the back side of the red carpet through to where the entry point was that led to the main point of the carpet. But this is the section where some celebrities and attendees had come through originally to get into the movie. So we went through here and we were given our choice of sandwiches. They were pretty good sandwiches. They were free sandwiches that had been in a box. Like I said, I was experiencing some pretty severe nausea, so I was only able to stand like a couple of bites. And that's not their fault. That's not Netflix's fault. That's not the sandwich company's fault. That's not Scorsese's fault. That's my own dumb body reacting poorly to a medication. There were no chairs or anywhere to sit, so everyone just kind of started sitting on the floor because we'd been standing for 3 hours. I was wearing heels, so I just kind of kept taking my shoe off to get flat ground like a degenerate. The security guard didn't give a shit. It was very nice. So we ate kind of quickly because we were like, okay, we want to get through this to get some photos and then go straight into the movies so we get good spots. So we got to walk the black carpet and they had all these different like Instagram photo spots kind of set up. That's the only way I can describe these. My dad and I got a lot of photos. We had to go through and out up to the top floor to the upstairs section of the Chinese theater. And like I said, this is my first time coming to the Chinese theater. So I didn't take any footage when we were walking in, mainly because my dad and I were trying to make sure we weren't going the wrong way and I didn't want to be distracted. And also, I had never been in there before, and so I just kind of wanted to experience everything. We got free popcorn, free soda. That was pretty much it. We went to the bathroom in preparation, and we went into the movie. It was first come, first served for the tickets, and my dad and I lucked out. We got some pretty great seats right in the middle, despite how busy it already was. The movie started promptly at 8:32, and then it lasted 3 hours and 21 minutes. Let's talk about the movie, shall we? Obviously, the movie was very, very long. For the majority of the movie, I could justify the time for a good majority of it. And then the big thing happens, and it keeps going. The movie easily could have been an hour shorter. You could have just cut off a whole hour and it would have been fine. For the most part, the pacing was pretty good. There was nothing where I was like, okay, this is going on for too long. For the most part, it was going pretty well. And then there's a will they, won't they conversation that kind of goes on for a couple of scenes where I was like, okay, we get it. You're gonna do the thing. You're gonna do it. I was able to make it through the length, so was my dad, so were a lot of people. There was only like, I would say a handful of people that actually physically left the theater, like either halfway through or towards the end of the movie. But my dad and I both agreed, if we had seen it not in a theater for the first time, if we had seen it while watching Netflix, we probably wouldn't have finished the movie. When you're home, you have the ability to pause it and go take a bathroom break or go make dinner or go do something else. Oh yeah, it's fine. Like, I'll just come back and finish it later. But I don't know if I would have had enough drive to come back and finish it later. Like, there wasn't enough incentive for me to come back and finish the movie. Like, it was good, but I don't know if it was, I'm gonna sit on my couch for 3.5 hours to make it through this mob movie kind of good. And I like mob movies. My dad and I both like true crime movies, 100%. That's not the problem. It's not the subject matter. That's the problem. It was just kind of the way that it was told. The pacing was good in how it was done for theater. But when you're home watching it by yourself or with a group of people, I don't know if that marathon viewing experience is achievable at home with this type of movie. I liked the movie. I think it's worth a watch. This is nothing new for a Scorsese movie, but let's say for as many female characters as there were, let's go out on a limb and say there was 25. There was not that many female characters in this movie, but I'm being generous. Let's say there was also 24 lines spoken by women in this film. Anna Paquin, who plays Robert De Niro's character's daughter as she's older. The movie spans over the course of a couple decades. But Anna Paquin, she plays Peggy. She's kind of like a good focal point to the plot in that we see through her interactions with other people how Robert De Niro's character is affecting the people around him, essentially. She's the female character that's on screen for the most time. We see her the most. She says a max of 5 words. 5 whole words. Love that. Anna Paquin's a good actress. I mean, sure, you can argue like, oh, she doesn't need lines to convey acting and emotion. It's like, yeah, but like, it would have been nice. The whole spanning in a couple decades, I think, was actually done really well. The way they made Robert De Niro look younger was insane. Joe Pesci and even Al Pacino, it's a little more subtle. Robert De Niro is definitely the most, I don't want to use the word aggressively younger, but he's just the most startlingly different looking. I guess his character was younger by a good deal in comparison to the others. At certain points I was like, okay, wait, is his face shifting? No, it's not. Okay, it's fine. But that's just me being nitpicky. That's just me being like, I want to catch a mistake. Overall, I liked the movie. I guess you could count this as a spoiler. So if you don't want a spoiler, you can skip ahead.
You don't have to skip ahead. It's pointless. I cut out this section because it was clunky, and you could tell I was trying to make sure no one would use me to paint a house because I kept making disclaimers like this.
I'm not accusing anyone in real life of anything. Just for the record, I have no money. You can't shake me down. There's nothing to really get. I'm not worth your time. Let's go with that. I'm not worth your time. Let's go with that. Let's be safe. I thought it was a good movie. My only recommendation would be if you get a chance to see it in a theater, absolutely try and get in to go see it in a theater. I do recommend seeing this movie, but I don't know how many people are going to be able to sit through it on Netflix. That's it. That was my first red carpet experience. That's all I have to say. I don't know how to end this. I don't. I had fun. I would definitely go to another premiere with One Iota in the future. I would go to another premiere period if anyone wants to bring me as their date. Or if anyone wants to put me in a movie so I have a reason to be at a premiere. Hi. Or if you want me to haggle celebrities with questions, I'll do that too. I don't give a shit. Overall, I really like the experience. I really like the entertainment industry. It is an industry that I do want to get into more, but it is something that I really like learning about, and I like seeing the backstage side of it, I guess, if that makes sense. So I like seeing the backside of the premieres. I like seeing the production of the late night show. I like all of that elements of it. So I don't know, maybe next time I'll be invited to go check out a movie set. Someone invite me to a movie set. I don't have to be in the movie. Just like, let me come be nosy and Thank you for watching. Shout out to my patrons, Catherine and Aaron. Thank you for supporting me on my Patreon. If you would like to support me on my Patreon, the link will be listed down below. Follow me on all my social media. That'll be all up here. And that's pretty much it. Have you ever been to a One Iota event? Have you ever been to a movie premiere? Have you been in a movie? I don't know. Do you like Netflix? Do you have a Netflix subscription? Do you know what a movie is? Are you annoyed by Martin Scorsese's comments about Marvel? I think fucking justified and hilarious. Let me know. Comment down below. Someone's gonna get mad at me for that. Goodbye. If you've ever worked on a red carpet, or in this case, a black carpet, please reach out to me. Now, I'm not talking about if you've ever done like press on a red carpet or security on a red carpet. No, I want to know if you specifically have worked on installing / the upkeep of a red carpet or a carpet for a red carpet Hollywood premiere, prevent the Oscars, Academy Award, an event like this whatsoever. Please reach out to me. I asked several people at this premiere for the information about who installed the carpet, who was in charge of the carpet, because I had questions and no one could give me an answer. No one could connect me to the right people. I have questions. None of them are particularly good questions or particularly exciting. A lot of them are quite dumb, but I have questions about the people that work on red carpets/red carpet events. I have so many questions, a lot of them are really stupid. So please, if you have ever worked in this vicinity of a red carpet event, please reach out to me. My contact information is down below. I accept DMs and emails. Thank you.